Okay, so today we're going to be replacing this windshield molding trim along here. As you can see, mine's pretty cracked and this part's starting to peel up. It's completely separated itself. As you can see, this is one piece that goes up to here, but mine's cracked in half. And there's just lots of little cracks. And especially on the other side, it's getting pretty bad. So I decided, why not go ahead and replace it. Saves a whole lot of money doing it yourself. So that's what I'm gonna teach you how to do today. The part was about $35 from newparts.com or something like that. I can link it in the description, and it's pretty easy to replace. So let's get started. So what I'm gonna be using today to remove the trim is these plastic trim removal tools from Harbor Freight. They're pretty cheap. I've had them for a long time. I didn't want to use a screwdriver or anything. I don't want to scratch up the gloss or the carbon or anything along the edge of the trim. Okay, so I've got my gloves on, and I'm going to just start peeling out from this bottom corner. First thing I'm going to do is pull the bottom of the trim up and then start peeling out on the part that we'll be replacing. Now for the cleaning part, I decided I'm going to use older, not the greatest microfiber towel, and I'm going to use glass cleaner on the glass part and then WD-40 directly onto the towel to clean off the gummy stuff from the paint. But it's not visible, so I'm not too concerned with its condition afterwards. So it's most of the way there. I don't think the glass cleaner is the greatest quality, so I decided to go ahead and use some Dawn, because Dawn's a good decontaminant. It takes out oil. I'm gonna go ahead and put some Dawn around the edge of it and see if that'll take out the rest of it. Hopefully it does. So I got everything cleaned off the edges. Now it's back outside. I'm gonna give it a quick wash to make sure there's no chemicals around the edge before I try and put new adhesive down. Next, I'm going to go ahead and dry around the area where it's going to be applied. For this, I'm using the Geon Ultra Silk drying towel. Okay, so that turned out really good. The reason it took me so long was I wanted to make sure that the application surface was going to be really clean. And if we go along here, there was gummy residue left all along here that took me a long time to get off. You can see there's still this tiny little line, but I don't think that's going to make any difference. The hardest part was right up here, but when you look at the whole thing, that's only about 1.5 inches, 2 inches. And up along the top, really clean. I'm just gonna run the drying towel over it a couple more times, but I really think that it's gonna turn out well if you spend the time to prepare the surface. Okay, so this is the windshield molding that I decided to go with. It's OEM, newparts.com. Should just be a press in, fit, and seal down. Let's get it unwrapped first, and then we'll get going with this install. Okay, so now it's in. What you want to do before you peel off the orange tabs, those reveal the adhesive, so you want to get it fitted in exactly the way you want it. See right here, there's about 1 millimeter between my molding and the paint, and then if we walk around to the other side of the car, that 1 millimeter gap is still about the same. So I'm pretty happy with it. Once I peel the adhesive, this will fold down and stick to the car like that. You want to jam this all the way in on the side since the adhesive is up against the paint on the left side. You'll feel when it's like in place. It's got a metal wire in it, so it's pretty stiff and obvious once it's fitted. So I'd say that looks like the way I want it. Now I'll just start peeling back the pieces and pressing down the adhesive. So I peeled it back and sealed it down, and it turned out nicely. Everything is sealed up against the side. There's still a clearance between the windshield wiper and the rubber molding down here, if you can see that. And this got tucked under the bottom molding. Across the top, it's really sealed. I really think that it's nice and tight across there. It looks a whole lot better now without all those cracks, and it saves you a whole lot of money installing it yourself. So there we go. That's everything.